Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. I am sharing with you many slow scenes from our last days in the summertime. We've really had such a beautiful summer, so many activities and so many memories that we made. This hydrangea is the last hydrangea for my parents' hydrangea bush, and so it's a beautiful remembrance of the season that we had, and we get to enjoy this final clipping before we move on to welcoming autumn into our home. Now, along those lines, I wanted to share with you this beautiful blanket that I found on Amazon. I am on the hunt for affordable, natural fibers, and we are slowly phasing out anything polyester in our home. So I'm trying to find good swaps that are both beautiful, comfortable, and most importantly, affordable. And I found this one for about $16, 100% cotton. I think it would be great, not just for the summertime, but also for the fall season. Here's a peek into my bucket of sprouts that we planted in the summertime. That was a really fun project for our kiddos. And a look into my parents' community. We love taking walks through here. It's just a beautiful environment. There's so many trees and wildlife. It feels like we're strolling through a park every time we go visit Grandma and Grandpa. It's so important to spend some time out in nature, even if it's just a simple walk or going outside into your backyard and doing some grounding, taking your shoes off and standing in the dirt. It's important for your body to soak up the nature that surrounds you. It's so calming and refreshing, and it helps to reset your whole body and your mental state. My kids love going to this little park at Grandma and Grandpa's house. It's so nice to be able to have grandparents that are so close by to where we can just stop by for a quick visit and enjoy their company and their presence. Now I'm giving you a quick tour of my children's bedrooms because I did a little bit of a refresh. I mentioned that I'm looking for natural fibers. So I found these throw blankets on Bed Bath & Beyond, and I thought they'd be a great addition to my children's bedding. I used to have comfort, like a down comforter and a duvet cover for my son, but I found this 100% cotton twin bedding on Amazon, and it has been a great alternative. It's easy to make the bed, easy to wash, and I love that it's a natural fiber for him. I found a different brand of a cotton quilt for my daughter's bed, and I think it is the perfect shade of pink. It's a very subtle color, so it goes really well with anything girly. Those little dolls on her bed are called Mon Ami dolls, and I got them on Amazon. There's so many different ones. My children's beds are actually bunk beds. We got them from Ashley Furniture on an incredible sale. I think we paid under $300 for brand new bunk beds. And we just separated the bunk beds because they're so young right now, and we're just afraid of one of them falling off the top. But perhaps one day we'll rearrange their rooms so that they can use the bunk beds. Now I assembled these baskets for my children. I got the baskets from Home Goods, and I removed the liners for right now because they were pink, and eventually this will be my daughter's room. I have 2 little girls, and so this will be the girls' room, but for right now, because it's a co-ed room, I thought, we'll just keep the baskets white, but we'll fill them with special things for them, like their Saints dolls and some of their favorite bedtime books. I found these beautiful pictures on Pinterest, and I just printed them out using my Canon printer. And I think they add just a beautiful, welcoming touch to their bedroom. There's a whimsical feel to them because it's little creatures. I have a cute little coat rack for them that I also got on Amazon. And here are some of their icons in their room. Right now, this room is being shared by my son and my daughter, and so I have a little bit of a mix of icons. But when my daughters both eventually move into this room, I hope to get some icons of female saints to put up in their bedroom. I think that would be very inspiring for them to look upon those saints that are women. Hopefully my daughters will emulate their lives. This room isn't very large at all, so we have to get a little creative with the furniture and the positioning of things. But because my kids are so young, it hasn't been a problem. We don't spend too much time in our bedrooms. We spend most of the time downstairs in their playroom or in the living room. So for the most part, we just come up here to get changed and to wake up or go to sleep at the end of the day. The wall decals that I have on the walls are from Amazon. I shared them on Instagram about a month ago, and I think they were around $10 for both my son and my daughter's decals. So it was an amazing deal. Now, we like to do a little bit of homeschooling during the day, and I put down that tablecloth that's plastic because that way my kids don't mark up our dining table. But I love the plastic gingham tablecloth. I think it adds a lot of charm to our living room. And on this particular day, we made some delicious cinnamon rolls. We love cinnamon rolls in our family. I'm still on the hunt for the perfect cinnamon roll recipe. I think these came out very delicious. I might need to knead the dough a little bit more to make it fluffier. It's not quite as fluffy as I would prefer my cinnamon rolls to be, but it's all part of the fun. We just keep making more and more batches of cinnamon rolls until we find the perfect recipe, and no one's complaining about that around here. So I'm adding on our favorite part, which is the icing. I love to add cream cheese icing to our cinnamon rolls. I know some people don't like cream cheese, some people do. It's a little bit of a toss-up, but cream cheese is one of my favorite flavors. It's probably one of the reasons why carrot cake is my favorite cake. I just love the taste of that cream cheese frosting. For a while, I used to find baking to be very difficult and even stressful. And the more that I bake, the more that I enjoy it. And it really is a peaceful, tranquil experience. And I think what has really changed my mindset about baking is the gift that it is to my family. My children love when we have special treats made for them. And so to be able to see the blessing that something as simple as a baked good can be to them is what makes it worth it for me. It's also something that I would love my children to remember about me. There are things about us that our children are going to hold on to for the rest of their lives, just like how we have memories of our mothers and our grandmothers. And I remember my grandma being an incredible baker. And to this day, we talk about how amazing some of her recipes were. It's something that we cherish about them, and I want my children to be able to hold on to something special like that about me, that one day they'll look back and think back to how happy, how special it made them feel that I took the time to create something that was delicious and really just a treat. Here's a look in our garden. Growing so many different things between Veronicas. This is our Nepeta. Some other Veronicas. These are the Ever After variety. I'm definitely drawn to those purple tones. I love the contrast between green and purple. I just think it's so elegant and lovely. In my first video on YouTube, I shared with you how I made these cute little scenes for my children to play around with. I think the one in the video that I shared with you was a Peter Rabbit version, and this is the Little House on the Prairie version. And my kids love this particular version because we include an entire family, and so they like to pretend like the characters are my husband and me and their siblings. Something that my kids really enjoy is seeing their artwork displayed throughout the house. Their faces light up when they recognize that we appreciate the efforts that they put into creating artwork. And here's just a view of our kitchen. I catch myself some days just admiring the blessing of the space that we do have. And I like to capture it because I like to look back and remember what our days look like. Now here's another really easy recipe that I put together. I had some leftover quinoa, and I just chopped up some fresh cucumber, tomato, onion, and spinach. And I tossed it together with some olive oil, vinegar, spices, and some feta cheese for protein. And it made for such a yummy meal. You can absolutely add protein to it, like grilled chicken or steak. I think it's a really great salad for the summertime that you might enjoy making when you're short on time. Thank you so much again for joining me, friends. It's been a pleasure as always, and I hope that you have an incredibly blessed week.